All right, traders, happy Thursday to you. Welcome back to the Tier 1 Trading New York live trading room. We're having a good week. Hope you're having a good day. Let me know if you can see screen and hear voice. Give me a thumbs up or a yes. Perfect. So I was able to do something today that I usually don't do, and that was sleep in. Rewarded myself an extra hour of sleep. One, because the kid came in and started flopping around and kicking and flailing every place, which was, I knew it was going to be one of those nights. But also because today is a monetary policy day. And knowing when the announcement come out, I'll bring over my Forex factory so you guys can see it. Knowing that we have that release at 8:15, and then, well, could be more importantly, the press conference at 8:45, we sort of knew exactly what the markets would look like this morning, and that is a holding pattern, right? A holding pattern. There was some news this morning that came out of Italy, but aside from that, the markets aren't going to do anything. No one is going to show their hand or even play their hand before we get our release. So on days like that, it doesn't really take long to do analysis because you're simply going through your pairs and you basically go nothing, 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 nothing. So we used to call days like these golf days back when I was day trading, because these were the days that you would schedule an early tea time, knowing that you're gonna wrap your day up pretty quickly. But we're gonna come in here. We're still gonna look at some things. It's probably gonna be a short session, unless we need to stay longer, and that's cool if we do. I do have some things I want to take a look at outside of Forex, which have some interesting setups setting up. So we'll do that. But first, I'm going to close my window because the dogs are out. If there's a particular pair or setup you want to wanted to take a look at, let me know. Type it in. I don't mind bouncing over there first. If not, I got a few cryptos, I got a few metals, some shiny things, and a few indices that we can take a look at. But I'd rather do what you want to do first. It's funny. We're in the middle of so I live in a cul-de-sac. So I got basically a neighbor to the right of me, a neighbor to the left of me. They all have dogs, so our house is like the middle ground for where they play. So like the neighbor to the left of me, they got like 4 dogs. Their dog come out, and the neighbor to the right of me, their dog hears it, and they just come in my yard and all kind of meet up. It's the gathering space. Reese says two patterns on Euro Canada 60-minute. Okay, we'll start the Euro Canada. Let me bring up my my deal here. Here we go. My checklist. Getting out of my routine this morning, so I didn't do it. All right, let's write down. We're starting off with Euro Canada 60-minute, two potential ciphers. Let's take a look at them. Let's go down to Euro Canada. Let's go down to the 60. Oh, were these the same two from yesterday, small and big, if I remember correctly? No. All right. I see one that stands out to me. We'll see if I can find the other. I think I see the other. Let me know if I'm looking at the same thing you're taking a look at. The S&P, says Matthias. We're going to look at the Dow, no, the NASDAQ, I think. One of them, too. One of them I wanted to take a look at. Which one was it? Now that I don't remember. None of them. I thought it was the NASDAQ. Give me a second. Was it NASDAQ? Okay. We're going to take a look at that later in the day. But let's go back to Euro Canada, see if we can find these ciphers. Okay, I see one. And again, going off our conversation yesterday, this initial leg right here, which is going to be our X2A, is this an impulse leg or an anchor leg? Again, ultimately, it doesn't matter, but I know some of you guys wanted to know the difference yesterday, so we spoke about it. Impulse leg or anchor leg for this move right here. Reese says impulse leg. No, anchor leg, right? Remember, impulse leg needs to break structure. Do we break structure? And again, it doesn't matter what you call it. It really doesn't make a difference. But some people need to know. That's why I like doing it. Yep. So this is going to be an anchor leg, right? So that's going to be our X to A. Fibonacci retracement, swing high to swing low. From that X to A, we need a 3D2 hit for our B leg. We get that right here. So we've got a valid B. And again, yesterday we ran into a problem where we had some traders. We talked about walking through the process one step at a time, right? Instead of just, believe it or not, I've spoken to many traders who trade advanced pattern formations and they start backwards. For some of you, you can't even kind of wrap your head around that, but they start at the D leg and then they work their way backwards and they end up with some really invalid things. So X to A to B, all right, check the box. Impulse leg or anchor leg, X to A, check. B retracement, check. Next thing we need is our C extension. That's going to be right down here, our lowest point. I'm going to bring out my Fibonacci extension from my X leg to my A leg and swing that bad boy back up. Do we hit the 127? Yes. Do we close below the 1414? No. So we got ourselves a valid C leg. Check that box. Right? Check your to-do list. By the way, I just noticed this. We're talking about the to-do list, the to-do app yesterday in our Trader Coffee break. We had a good conversation on procrastination if you guys didn't see it. Know what I noticed? The sneaky little upgrade they did to my alarm clock here was they kind of merged it with to-do, right? So there's these thing called focus session. This is that Pomodoro technique we spoke about. If you don't want to buy an actual alarm, I actually use a website, but this is just got built into my alarm here, right? So you can actually set your focus period like we spoke about, right? I don't know if you can do it by the number. I just saw it this morning. Start your focus session, and then you can actually track your daily goals, your streak of like how many minutes you want to complete. So a nice little kind of positive reinforcement there. So if you're looking for a quick, simple way to do it, and again, this is that to-do thing. I just saw this was built into my alarm. Yeah. I clicked my alarm this morning like I always do to set up for the live room. And I'm like, it took me to a new place. So pretty cool. It's listening to us. It knows we were talking about it yesterday, which is kind of creepy and scary in its own right, but we're just not going to talk about that. Anyway, C leg complete. Boom. Now we're projecting our D completion. In order to have that D completion, we're going to need price action to travel up to our 786 Fibonacci retracement, and our zone for completion is going to be from our 786 up to the top of our X leg, giving us a nice potential Cypher pattern. What do you guys think? Clear as day for me. Clear as a UK day. Ollie says, great quote about procrastination. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's all fun until the bill comes. Ooh, that is a great, man. Where was that yesterday, Ollie? I could have sounded smart. During our conversation. That is a really good one. All right. So we got our big cipher right here. Small cipher, Reese, is the B leg going to be the X leg for the small cipher? Just so I know where you're looking at. Oh, this isn't the large cipher. This is the small one. Okay, large one. 129.67. Okay, what was this one that I was thinking about? Yep, down here. 129.60s. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at Reese's second cipher. We'll draw it out a little quicker this time. Reese is looking at X to A right here. And then this being A to B. Looks like we just nipped that 382. Make sure you check your data. Sometimes data is a little bit different. Our B to C is going to be up near our X. Right up here. And then the D completion and D completion zone is going to be all the way down here. I'll draw it out so it's a little bit user-friendly for you. X to A to B, B to C, C to D, with, of course, that completion zone being like that. Good eye. Any questions about this, guys? Questions or comments? Kamani says, for the Cypher, when you move the targets as the CD moves, does that give you an inconsistent risk reward? You don't know what to expect from each pattern. Yes, whenever you are moving, if you ever move targets or stops, it will affect your risk reward. Correct. So you will have a different risk reward than what you originally planned. If you're adjusting targets, if you're moving stops, yep, that will affect your overall risk profile. Or she says, nope, all good. Perfect. We're probably going to keep the live stream on because it's going to be, I was planning a really short session, so we'll see how things go. But yeah, good stuff. Did you have any questions about these, Reese? Good eye. Sorry, microphone was on mute. Question was, for the X, for the bigger cipher, is that a valid X to A that you would use? I said I would actually choose the one to the right of it, the one that I just drew the circle on. That's the natural start of the move for me, this swing right here. But there's no problem with choosing this one as an X. Hopefully you guys didn't hear me sneezing and snorting in the background. Apologize if you did. Mornings are always rough for me with the change of weather. But yeah, good question. Yeah. So yeah, nothing wrong with this X at all. Personally, I would choose the one to the right. Good question. All right, let's take a look at before we. Oh, man, Bitcoin or the Nikkei? Bitcoin or the Nikkei? I'm trying to think about what the live streamers would probably want to see more. Maybe they will type it in Bitcoin or the Nikkei. We haven't done Bitcoin in a while, so let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been ages since we've done any analysis on here, and maybe we won't have any analysis on here either. But let's go to Bitcoin. We'll give the live streamers two to look at today, then we'll get them out of here. So Bitcoin's been uninteresting for a long time. I've never really been interested in Bitcoin, but you guys love it, so we look at it every once in a while. But we have done something interesting recently, right? We have based off. When I say based off, I mean we've come to a bottom here, and we started to consolidate and get some sideways action here. And recently, we have broken and closing out of the range, right? You're going to see it right down here. So we're going to have a break and close out of that range. And now we're looking to potentially retest it. So if you're someone that's looking for Bitcoin longs, right, this can be a positive signal for you. The bigger question you're going to have to ask yourself is, where do you think price is likely to go if we continue up? Right? We have this annoying spike right here, which kind of stands in the way of a lot of good analysis. But aside from that, your structure shelf is really right around here. But we look at this on a lower time frame, and again, you'll see the break above, close above here, and currently we are retracing, right? We're coming back down into this little consolidative area, which lines up with this little consolidative area, which looking left lines up with the other parts of our consolidative area. This is a good look for a pullback trade. I'm going to butcher my ATR real quick so my RSI can stand out for you. A few things you can look for in here. Obviously, we had a really good lesson yesterday on RSI and ATR and understanding your indicator and tweaking it to tell you what you liked. So if you missed that part of it, make sure you go back and watch yesterday's recording. I believe it was in the first half, probably about 30 minutes in or so. But a few things you can look for here. You can look for the RSI to go oversold, whatever your oversold may be. Again, I use extremes with mine. You can also, you can also look for hidden divergence, meaning you can look for the RSI to put in a lower low than the previous retracement. So have our chart essentially giving us higher lows and our indicator giving us lower lows. And that's going to be something called hidden diversions, which we can use as a good confirmation sign of a continued move higher. So pullback alert here for Bitcoin as we come back down into structure. Again, I think this is a solid area to look right here. Again, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you can look here as well. Maybe make that a break-even point or take a partial profit there. But we have broken out of the range here. Looks like we have bottomed off for now. Again, you never know what's going to happen. Pay attention to a potential pullback and then a chance to buy it up and see if we can retest our previous level of structure, a previous shelf of structure, I should say. So 2 for the price of 1 today, live streamers. Any questions about Bitcoin? Before we let the live streamers go, live rumors, we're going to head over to probably Nikkei next. But let me know if there's any questions about this. It was funny, I wasn't even going to look at it because it's been doing absolutely nothing for a long time. So let me go check these cryptos. Then after I got through gold and silver, which had some pretty decent continuation opportunities. Not my preference. I would prefer, I'm a long-term investor in gold, so I prefer that it always goes up. But as a trader, we can take a look at it. All right, cool. So if you're watching on the live stream, remember, hit that like button before you leave. Also, make sure you sign up for our upcoming 2-week workshop, August 1st through the 12th. Register now. Do not procrastinate, right? If you heard yesterday's Trader Coach, or not Trader Coach podcast, but yesterday's Trader Coffee Break episode, we talked about procrastination and the damage it could bring. Don't procrastinate. Sign up for this free online trading event. It's 2 weeks. Do it. Do it. If you procrastinate, you may miss it, and then you're going to send me angry emails. But go to www.tier1trading.com/BTG. There should be a link underneath this video for you to do that. And I will see you probably not this weekend with a trading edge. I've got weddings to go to. But who knows? I'll definitely see you next week for another